Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the company you depend upon for all of your greatest needs, HartLife. These stories are true dramatizations from our fair city's glorious history. So listen and remember, HartLife, all the life you'll ever need.
The design of our benevolent directors is undeniable in its elegance. Each designation system and distribution plan was strategized and set out with the best interest of each policy at its center. Even when strained by the failure of an individual system, the processes laid out by the founders protect the city. Now, in the midst of an energy crisis, power levels dwindle, public transit is disrupted, foodstuffs are scarce, and the dead disposal team has been expanded due to an unfortunate increase in policy mortality. The situation is inconvenient for the average policy, but it is a nightmare for Vice President Davenport. After suffering the indignity of waking up to no coffee, he must now endure an interdepartmental meeting. Here, the Commissioner of Public Safety and the Director of Transit must decide who between them will receive a requisitioned allotment of precious electricity.
Well, Director, policies wouldn't be complaining about street-safe response time if your people mover actually started moving people again.
Commissioner, let me lay this out in terms that an enforcer of public safety such as yourself can understand. The people mover is a system of machines. When the power fails, the machines stop working. Street-safe officers, however, are not machines, and there is no
I have the talk tube! I get to talk!
It's called a microphone.
Right, and you said that since the meeting stenographer wasn't here, the person with the tube gets to talk.
That's not what I said.
And anyway, if Eunice had filed the appropriate energy requisition forms at the start of this crisis...
I did!
I have the tube! And I don't remember receiving copies of your forms at the budget meeting.
Give me that!
Hey!
Let the record show, Commissioner, that you didn't receive my forms because we had the budget meeting weeks before the power failure started!
Still, though.
Oh, shut up, Terence!
You shut up!
Commissioner, Director, please. We're all executives here. Let's act like it. Nothing will be resolved by bickering across the table like mole people fighting over an earthworm.
Do mole people do that?
I've never actually seen a mole person.
They do. My point... Give me that microphone.
Hey!
My point is that this meeting is focused on action-oriented solutions to our current challenges. We have no time for squabbles.
Fine. Let's address this rationing situation. I propose that management shouldn't have to.
To ration?
Yes! I haven't had coffee in 2 days. Do you know how that makes me feel?
I can guess.
Oh, I would literally kill a mole person for a cup of coffee.
You know we don't actually give them coffee, right?
Really?
Can't we just levy a food and amenities tax on the transit workers? I mean, with the people mover offline, it's not like they're doing anything anyway. They're just a bunch of sponges. Fat sponges!
How dare you! If I weren't such a sophisticated modern executive, I'd clobber you!
Enough! Both of you!
But...
I have the tube! Commissioner, the company appreciates your flexibility during the implementation of our rationing strategy, which is non-negotiable. Now, if we can put our personal concerns aside for a moment, we need to address a larger issue.
Getting the power back on!
No. While I'd love to tackle that immediately, Mr. Kirby, head of utilities, has yet to return any of my messages.
Kirby's a drunk.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. Which may explain why no one's seen him since our energy problems began. Not even the bums at Al's bar.
Do you suspect foul play?
No, it's more likely he couldn't handle the pressure of the crisis and opted to suspend himself.
With a vacation?
With a noose.
Oh. Well, technically you're his superior, Davenport. Why don't you just oversee power distribution yourself?
The contingency guidebook clearly outlines a conservation strategy of rolling blackouts until power is restored. Our utilities workers know what to do. As for management, their team leads will just have to take on additional responsibility.
Oh, how am I supposed to finish this?
Why'd the lights go out?
Maybe they forgot to take on additional responsibilities.
I have to do everything myself. Excuse me, I'll be back in a minute.
Vice President, aren't you forgetting something?
Oh, here you are, Eunice. You've got the tube.
Yes!
Hey!
All right, see here, Mr. Street Safe. I have several
Wait.
things to tell you.
Not fair.
You haven't got this position because of your daddy and how you positioned before him. How many times?
I'm Vice President Davenport.
He's coming.
Why,
Stop,
it's
stop.
so good to see you, Vice President
Good
Davenport.
morning, Mr. Vice President.
Shut it.
Please wait. Elevator power is critically low.
Oh, don't tell me I have to take the stairs.
It would be faster to take the stairs.
What kind of an idiot installs all these stairs, but no backup generator for the elevator? Open up in there. This is Vice President Davenport.
Oh, thank the founders. Are you here to relieve me?
This the central power station?
Yes, sir.
You the switcher?
I'm the power distribution operator, yeah.
Right. I'm your new manager. It's time for some on-site coaching. Now, where's the switchy room?
Do you mean the power distribution board?
Do I look like a mole person to you?
Wait, honestly? No. No, you don't.
Then don't talk to me like one. Just shut your hatch and take me to where you do your job.
Off we go to the switchy room.
This thing controls the power. This?
Please, don't touch that. Yes, to answer your question, the switchboard directs the flow of electricity throughout the majority of HartLife, but it requires constant adjustment by an operator. I control the power. I mean, in a sense.
Well, good for you, switcher. Now, as you should already know, my name is Davenport, and I'm the Vice President of Human Resources. So while you control HartLife's electricity, I control you. Now, what in the world could bring two powerful figures such as ourselves to this fateful meeting, you may ask?
Are you waiting for me to ask?
Don't interrupt.
Sorry.
At this very moment, the Director of Transit and the Commissioner of Public Safety are sitting in a dark conference room, wondering why the power is out, and a very important meeting which concerns the well-being of policies such as yourself was brought to a standstill. Why? Because some idiot forgot to keep the lights on. Which brings me to you, the switcher, who controls our power.
Sir, I apologize, but my manager hasn't been here in days. The team leads are gone, and I've been at the board for over 30 hours. I don't think anyone else is coming in. I've just been doing my best with the information that I have.
Executive offices and meeting spaces retain top priority for power distribution, even in the event of an emergency. The brain is more important than the extremities. Read your contingency guidebook.
Right, the guidebook. Well, sir, if I may, you see here on the switchboard this red light? Now, an hour ago, I spotted the first of these. It means power is critically low in this sector.
That's where my meeting room is.
Well, yes, and it's low now, but an hour ago, that warning light was over here, in the maternity wing of the hospital. Now, according to the guidebook schedule, that wing shouldn't receive power until tomorrow night, so I figured, people's
Policies.
policies, lives will be lost if I don't keep the power on. If the meeting room is dark, it's not such a big... So I just swapped the sectors in the cycle and sent power to the people who, the policies
Cut
who really...
the power to the hospital.
Sir,
Don't push me, switcher.
sir, my sister...
Now!
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir. Power to the executive conference rooms is restored.
Don't worry about answering that. It's just the hospital wasting the last bit of their energy to complain. There we go. That reminds me. I forgot to call my daughter today. Have to do that before dinner. Well, good job supporting your team, Switcher.
Thank you.
Once again, the insidious forces of sentimentality and individualism have been quelled by managerial expertise. Order is restored, and the policies of HartLife are protected by our synergistic operating procedures. What should happen, though, if this power crisis continues to worsen, without additional energy to replace what's been lost? Will the city ever return to its former glory? Find out as the story of our fair city continues.